Okay. Cool, y'all. So I'm excited for today's call. Hopefully you guys are just as excited as me. We do these calls every single Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you're in the UK, it is 8 p.m. For you. So today's call is a little different. Usually we do like mindset trainings, come on here for 20, 30 minutes and rock and roll that way. Today decided to switch it up and dive into the actual academy, give you guys some sound actionable steps on how to use one of the tools and one of the strategies that you already have access to. And at the end of this call, many of you guys do not know this, but this is something that we're going to do on a month-to-month basis. Could be one time, could be a couple times. I don't know. We don't know, but we'll see. But we're going to do a little giveaway at the end, and you guys will see what that all entails. So I'm excited for that too. So on this call today, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the harmonic scanner, and not just what it is, how to use it, but like everybody's here because they want to make money. We want to learn this skill set. We want to establish an income stream for ourselves through trading. And one of the very basics tools and strategies that I first got access to when I first got started, almost crazy 4 years ago, everybody already has access to. So I want to give you guys the ability to. I'm not the educator or anything like that. I'm not the expert, the guru, but I do want to show you guys how to use it and be able to ask questions on this call as we go through it, because I know some of you guys may have questions. So first things first, before I do that, I just want to go over a couple things to make sure that you guys have the right expectations, a clear game plan, an understanding of like what you're doing, where you're going, the play by play. And I think the first thing that I can give you, if you don't already have this, obviously take notes, guys, as we're going through this call. But first things first is your success will be predominantly, obviously, your mindset, things like that. What will be predominantly based on what your schedule looks like, what is in your calendar. Okay. And if you're building the business, that's a whole different story. But we're talking about trading on this call. And when it comes to trading and tapping into the I Am Academy, we've got to understand, what does our calendar on a day-to-day basis look like? Okay. You should have some idea. And if you're, very serious about this, you have a clear understanding of what you want to get out of trading. Okay. This isn't just some, eventually I'll be able to make money in this. Eventually this will hopefully maybe might work for me. No, like it's got to be clear. What do you want to get out of trading? Okay, so I'm going through this because it's so easy. Like I could literally just do a 5-minute call right now, show you guys how to use the scanner, and we'd be done. But it's no point if you don't get this right. If we don't get our self-talk right, and we talked about that last week, if we don't have a calendar, if we don't have a plan of action. So a lot of us have been here for a minute. Some of us, we've been here for a couple weeks now. But within your first 24 hours, you would have done a couple different steps, right? Or at least you should have downloaded MetaTrader 4 onto your phone. Opened up a demo account. Everybody should have that done on this call. Okay, I don't care if it's day one for you or not. You should have MetaTrader 4 download on your phone. You should have a demo account created. Okay, first 24 hours. First 72 hours, you should be in the academy. You should be going through the curriculum. If you're tapping into the FRX, the Foreign Exchange Academy, some of us are in the HFX, high frequency, maybe DCX, digital currencies, okay? Whatever academy you're tuning into, you should be in the academy within your first 72 hours. And this is the part about having a calendar and having a schedule and a plan is so important, okay? You have a plan, you work your plan. And if you dedicate, most people will say that they can dedicate an hour a day, okay? If you can dedicate an hour a day, you can finish the academy within your first 3 days or less. If you can only dedicate 30 minutes a day, it'll probably take you a week to go through the academy. Okay. It's your pace. It's whatever you are accepting and going to be okay with. But we've got to set the expectations. We've got to set the bar, set the standard, because how do we know where to put our work ethic in congruence with our goals? So first 72 hours, first week, you're in the academy. Okay. If you're an overachiever, you're done within first 3 days. And then we're moving on to go live. Guys, you should be checkboxing all these things of where you're at in your journey right now. It's so important that we're clear on this if we want to actually see results for ourselves, okay? We've got to be doing the right behaviors. So within your first week to 2 weeks, you should be on go live. And on go live, guys, there's going to be different tabs, and I can show you so you guys can see. Share screen. Okay. Everyone should know what this looks like. IM.center. Log in. And I'm going to whiz through this because I know a lot of people know this, but I still think it's important to have a recap because sometimes you feel like, you're going through the motions, even in something like this. And that's the most important thing that successful people do is they master the mundane. They master doing the little things. Those little things that you think are, not important or whatever it may be, they do those things, okay? And so you come here, and you're going to look at a couple things. Let's just, for the example of this call, we're going to talk about the foreign exchange, okay? There's an entire channel guide of educators. You guys know that. Where you guys want to be, if you're brand new, you're within your first 1 to 2 weeks, you want to be here in the basics. And guys, you find an educator. You find somebody to learn from within your first couple of weeks, okay? And what you're doing here, and if you have people that you're working with, you can share this with them. What you're doing here is taking what you just learned in the academy and you're watching these educators apply it in real time, okay? That's so important that you understand that. You're watching these educators reapply what you just learned in the academy in real time. You can ask questions. I know a lot of people like to watch Tyrone Foster as their very first educator. A lot of people like Abel. I know a lot of people like Mike Miles. Mike Miles, guys, if you have somebody that's on here or that you're working with and they don't even know who to watch, Mike Miles is a great go-to person. Why? Because he sets the expectations. He gives you a clear understanding of look, you come into trading for the very first time knowing nothing and your first expectation is to make money right away. Why? You've been working a job for the last 20 plus years, 30 plus years. Why is your first expectation? How could you be so naive to think that you're going to come in and just make all this money right away? He sets the expectation of what this really is. And I'm going to give some analogies in a second. Chance and Sam, another great educator. So you guys will come here, you'll start there. And then part 2 after that, and you can honestly do this at the same time. You can find one educator from the basics, okay? And then you can come down here and find an educator from the strategies. Now, if you're on the FRX Academy, you're going to have access to the harmonic scanner, okay? That is a strategy that comes with the FRX Academy. If you have the elite, then you're going to have full access to all these tools and strategies, okay? I leverage this. I leverage the steady strategy and I leverage the harmonic scanner. I know there's some people on here that do the DeLorean. They do bounce back. If you guys stay tuned, there's going to be a call next week, same time, Zoom of Success. Josh Gordon is actually going to be hosting that call and going through a couple things with the DeLorean. So you guys can tap into that. Okay. So what I want to share with you guys, I'm going to share my screen again so you guys can see. I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about the harmonic scanner and how that tool and strategy works. So you guys can actually take advantage of it and start profiting from it. Okay. And also with that being said, you can start to take demo trades so you can see how the scanner works. And if you guys saw, there's a tab under strategies, FRX harmonics. You guys can choose an educator that will teach you a specific strategy on how to use the harmonic scanner. Okay. That's what I did when I first started learning this. I was like, okay, cool. Here's a tool. How can I increase my accuracy through a strategy? But I want to give you this quick analogy first because there's I even had this mentality too. Okay. Let me give you a quick story. How many of us, before I do that, how many of you guys on this call, you can type in the chat, whatever, how many of you guys have ever, since you've been a part of this journey, have looked left, looked right for somebody else's results? Maybe you've compared yourself to somebody else's results. Maybe you've put a timeline pressure on when you're going to actually see results for yourself. If I don't get results by this time, then it's over. Then I'm going to quit, or, whatever it may be. I can't be the only one, I promise. And the story that I wanted to share with you guys is I remember I was not even a year into this. And I remember this guy who had been a part of the platform for about 30 days. And he flipped an account, over leveraged it, all these things. Don't do that. Okay. This is not like a get rich quick thing. You got to think practical. You've got to think sustainable. And maybe everybody's different. Some people can mentally and emotionally handle different things. I know for me, I'm super conservative. I'm not out here over leveraging, nor do I want to. I have a long-term plan that compounds my account by 5% on a week-to-week basis. That's my goal. That's my focus. You've got to figure out what works best for you. Anyways, this guy had just gotten in like 30 days ago, and he had like flipped his account to over $10,000. This, super naive Abby who just had never had any kind of income like that before. I'm like looking at this guy. I'm like, and all I'm thinking about is, what am I doing wrong? Like, how could this guy 30 days in come in and like make all this money? What am I doing wrong? Like, I was seriously having thoughts, and I actually started to like, you can ask Alex, like I was upset, I was crying, I was like really just like not having it at that time. And like, it was like an ongoing thing that entire week about like how if this was going to be for me or not. And it was just like really upsetting. And so all these things happened. What I'm trying to get at is literally the next week, I think he brought his account up to like $14,000 or $15,000. That next week, his account completely, like he blew his entire account. Okay. Sad day for him. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you've ever felt that way, or if you've seen that before, whatever it is, you need to recognize that you don't know what's going on in the back end of that person. You don't know what they're actually doing. They probably over leveraged, or give them some credit. I don't know. Maybe they actually did learn the skill. Maybe they actually took the time to grow their account. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What matters is, how do you feel about yourself? Do you have a clear plan of what you're doing and where you're going? Because at the end of the day, people are going to make money. People are going to lose money. There's always going to be somebody out there making more money than you, faster than you, doing it maybe better than you. I don't know. But if you are constantly comparing yourself to somebody else's results, you're always going to be unhappy. Like, anytime you try to gain happiness from external factors, you're going to set yourself up for failure, because happiness is not external. You create it. We know that. So I wanted to give that to you guys, because that was a really hard moment for me, because I had been in for almost a year and I wasn't where I wanted to be. Okay. And I don't know where you guys are right now, but you need to get very clear on what you want to get out of your trading experience and what kind of goals you are setting for yourself. And I always like to give the gym analogy, because have you guys ever heard anybody say this to you? I'll join you when you make the money, or I'll do this with you when you get results. Like, what does that even mean? Because I always like to give the gym analogy, because trading and going to the gym or working out are practically like the same. It's very similar. That would be like somebody saying, oh, okay, so I'll get a gym membership when you get 6-pack abs. What are you talking about? Like, you know that you can do that too. You know that gaining the muscle, losing the weight is possible for both of us. Why would me getting 6-pack abs stop you from getting a gym membership? Stop you from doing the work? Stop you from getting involved and actually doing the work yourself, getting active, working out, whatever it is, right? Like that, when I hear that, I immediately think to the gym analogy of 6-pack abs. I'll join you when you get the results. Like, why are you going to wait to get 6-pack abs for me to get 6-pack abs to get the membership? Because it's really silly, right? So same thing with trading. You guys need to understand, no matter what's going on around you, you can do this. My point is not about somebody getting started with you. My point is, do the work. This works if you work. We know that we can lose 10, 20 pounds. We know that we can gain muscle mass. I don't know, whatever your fitness goals are, right? If you do the work, every day you go to the gym for 30 minutes to an hour and you use the weights, you do the workouts. Same thing here. You know that you can learn this skill set, and because you learn the skill set and you have a plan and a strategy, you implement that plan and strategy, you can get the results that you're looking for. Now, here's the part that this is why most people fail and quit. It's not because they can't, because this works. Trust me, this works. It's the timeline that you have for yourself. It's the pressure that you keep putting on yourself about when you're going to make money. Have you looked into the time frame that you're going to allow yourself? Are you going to be here in 6 months? 12 months, 18 months. Guys, it's almost 48 months for me. Still here. Still here. I am definitely a lot further with where I was, and I still feel like I'm just getting started with trading. Where are you going to be? The skill set can change your life, and your results are your results. Just like if somebody loses weight, that's not your weight that you lost, that's theirs. Same thing. The money that they made, it's not your money. Go make your money. Go learn this skill set. And so this is the last thing, and then I'm going to share the screen and give you guys the harmonic scanner, show you guys how it works. You guys can ask some questions. But this is the timeline thing, right? When will I start making money? Well, you need to define how much money you actually want to make. Have you thought about that question? How much money is the amount of money that you want to make through this? Is it an extra $1,000 a month, $200 a week, 24 grand a year? You know, do you want more than that? Do you want 6 figures? Do you want to completely replace your job's income? Do you want just a part-time income through trading? Do you want like a retirement fund, like a savings fund? I know for me in the job world, having a career, retirement isn't a thing. A pension isn't a thing. It is for my parents, maybe. Having a conversation with my dad the other day, maybe, but not for me. So I look at my trading account like a retirement fund. Not really. It's just like a fund that I can continue to compound and stack, and I can leverage and pull from to live life and have different amazing experiences and provide for my family. Okay. So you need to figure out, what do you want trading to be for you? Because at this point in my trading career, it's more about, I can withdraw, because for a long time I was just withdrawing all of my profits. I wasn't growing my account. You know what I mean? So do you want that? Do you want to just build an account? And for me, I withdraw like 10% every single month of my profits, not of my account, of my profits. Okay. So you've got to figure out what you want. And then, you're not going to know right away. You learn by plugging in and asking questions, by communicating, by writing things down, by applying. This is a conversation I have with somebody that I just started working with in the platform. You go through a period of just consumption. In the academy, you do, because that's all it is. But when you start getting on Go Live, you've got to kind of have this hand-in-hand plan of whatever you're consuming, you're also applying. So if you watch 30 minutes of Go Live and you have an hour window for the day, watch 30 minutes of Go Live, okay, or 40 minutes, and then set aside 30 to 20 minutes to apply that information. Pause the recorded video, or get on the live session and then give yourself some time that day to actually go on and apply that information. Guys, it's how you actually learn. I give the example of if you've never done a push-up before, you're going to watch a YouTube video of somebody doing a push-up, or you're going to ask your trainer, hey, how do you do a proper push-up? They're going to show you, and it's like, you don't even go out and do it yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to actually go out and do the work. So plan out time of when you're going to study, when you're going to apply. Knowledge is not power unless applied. We've all heard that, but now it's actually putting it into action. Okay. So define what you want out of this. $1,000 a month. Do you want to withdraw 10% of your monthly profits? 6% growth a week. Ask questions. If you don't even know where to go, start plugging into different Go Live educators. Mike Miles is incredible. He answers everybody's questions on his session anyway. So, and ask the person that shared this with you. Ask me. I'm an open book. I try to be as accessible as possible, because I know this journey can get a little lonely. But that's why we have a community and we do these calls, because we want to make sure that you guys know, and I wish I had this, right, that you have the ability to really grow here if you take advantage of your experience. Okay, so you need to have a plan, and you need to be working your plan. And after you work your plan, you need to be able to go out and actually review your plan. Make adjustments, course correct. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Where can I adjust? Where can I improve and get better? Okay. All right. Let me share my screen with y'all, because I know you guys are itching to see this. Who said 3K days? All right. Let me show you all this. Okay. How many of you guys honestly have opened up this tool before? Couple people. I hope y'all, if you have the FRX Academy, you have opened this up. This is your money maker right here. Seriously. Okay. So couple things, guys. I'm going to kind of pull this back so everyone can see. Okay, cool. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Okay, so if you have not opened up the scanner, take a look at the harmonic scanner, okay? So the scanner, I'm gonna kind of break this down so you guys can understand. If you've seen any overview, they should have explained how this works. But basically the harmonic scanner it's a tool. It's basically looking for and scanning the market for certain algorithms, certain patterns in the market, okay? And it's going to spit out 3 different things. You guys can write this down. 3 different things. Number 1, let me kind of see. Number 1 is the entry. Okay. Number 2 is the take profit. There's 3 different take profits. Okay. 3 different levels of risk. Okay. So sometimes you could get in, depending on your plan, to do take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. Your educator that you choose will give you a strategy based on the different take profit levels and what they're seeing. And you guys can implement that into your strategy, okay? And then it's going to give you a stop loss. Now, the scanner is going to give you a couple different things when you first come on here. Okay, I'm trying to remember where this is because that's the trade I took so I can show you guys. But it's going to give you guys different time frames. And I just want to preface this really quick. I am not an educator. I'm not trying to come on here and educate you guys on how to trade. What I am trying to do is give you awareness on a tool that you guys can leverage and actually start to grow your account with, and then pour you back into the educators that are going to teach you. I'm just showing you the hows, the whats. That's it. I just want to make that clear, okay? So there's different time frames with this tool. The 15-minute, the 30-minute, hour, 4-hour, daily. You guys should know if you've gone through the academy that every one of these candlesticks, depending on which time frame I choose, that is how much that candle moved in that certain period of time. This candle moved this much in 15 minutes, so on and so forth. Now, I can click on any of these, right? Any of these time frames up here. I personally like to use the 1 hour and the 4 hour to find different currency pairs to trade off of. So let's say I'm going to stick with the 1 hour, and I can go on here and I'm going to see different brokers, okay? Everyone should have a demo account set up. And if you're within your first 30 days, you should have done this within your first week. If you have not, you need to message me or the person that shared this with you immediately after this call if you have not set up a live account yet. You don't need to put money in it if you're not ready, but you should have a live account set up, because when it's time to actually start trading live, it's already done. You already know how to do it. I remember when I first set up my live account for the very first time, it was one of the most difficult things I've ever done. It took me a long time, and I didn't really have the best support in the beginning, but you guys should know how to do this. If you don't, please send me a message or the person that is working with you, and we'll help you guys get that set up, okay? So with this, guys, you're going to get different brokerage accounts. You can click on any of them. It really doesn't matter, okay? And you're going to see different currency pairs. I personally like to look at Trader's Way. I do like Hugo's Way, but it gives a lot of like cryptocurrency pairs, and I don't really want to trade that, so I like FX Choice too. And I can literally come here and I can click on any of these. Obviously, right now the markets are closed for like another hour or two, but I can click on any of these currency pairs, and it's going to give me, again, those 3 different things: entry, take profits, and the stop loss. CAD JPY, already moving down from the entry, okay? So on and so forth. And this is the other part, because you're going to see that these entry areas and these take profits and these stop losses, it's not 100%. You see how this entry is not right here at the mark? That is why having an educator that you can tune into is so important, because they're going to give you their strategy around this tool, so you know what to look for. That just because the entry is not right at this candle doesn't make this trade invalid. Okay, a lot of times what the educators are going to teach you is that you're going to be looking for a specific zone, a specific area. If it's within a 5 pip, 2 pip range, they're most likely going to tell you that it's that this is a trade that they are going to enter. Okay, I'm not going to go into those details, but it's really simple. This is a sell, right? This is telling us to sell the market here. I'll give you CAD JPY. Okay, this is telling us to sell the market at this entry. This take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. and it's giving us a stop loss, okay? When I first started using the harmonic scanner, before I really plugged into an educator teaching on it, I would literally just type in these numbers right here. Entry, take profit 1, and then my stop loss. That's all I would do. That's all I would do. I would take a certain number of trades every week, and I would find a certain time frame, and I would enter the trades based on, what I saw as the pattern. And that's it. And I knew that because of ratio, this is about, I think when we first got started, this had about a 75 to 80% accuracy. I don't know what it is right now, but if you can imagine, you win 75, 80% of the time. That's really good, okay? And so that's what I did. Now we have educators that you can tune into. Guys, this is really simple, and I actually wanted to just show you a quick example. That's why I had it on Trader's Way. I actually took only 2 trades this week, and one of the trades that I took was on Tuesday, Monday, and it was from, not this one, 4 hour. It was from this trade. This was so beautiful. I can't even tell you guys. I came on. I love GBP USD. It's probably my favorite pair. Okay, so all I did was I drew up the harmonic scan. I trade with pitchforks, so I put a pitchfork on this thing. This might look a little crazy to you right now, but don't worry. This is from last week's. So what I did with this trade is I essentially marked up a harmonic scan, and then I put a pitchfork on it. If you guys know what pitchforks are, then you understand where I'm coming from with this. But basically, I took from what the harmonic scanner gave me, X to A to B to C to D. Okay, just know that the C to D right here is what you see C to D right here. Okay, and all I did was I saw the trade perfect on the 12th, and I entered at this green line right here. And I think I had, my stop loss was like perfect. Like there was no drawdown. I entered on this blue candle. I brought it down to the 15-minute. Yeah, 20 pips stop loss. It was like 17 pips, like literally no drawdown. And I put in 2 different entries for this. That's my plan. 2 different entries. I'm just giving you guys this as an example. And I took this trade all the way down. When it got to the halfway point, I took out one of my trades and I left the other one just running. Do you see? Oh my God, this was so perfect. So like, this was just one trade out of many that you probably could have taken. And I just want to give you an idea and why this is so powerful. Everyone thinks that they need to take all of these trades. If that is what's working for you and that's what is meant by, your strategy, then by all means. But this is what's so powerful about this, guys, is this trade went approximately 200 pips. Okay, one of my trades that I put in went about 200 pips. Okay, that's 200 pips, and I risk 2%. This trade is a 1 to 12 risk to reward. So one trade went 1 to 12. What's 12 times 2? That's 24% in one trade. Seriously, that's crazy. Okay, and then my other trade that I took out about halfway, that's like 10, 12%, give or take. Okay, so I'm done for the week. I'm essentially done for the month if you have a 5% goal for the week. Okay, this is why this is so powerful. And as you get deeper within your trading experience, you're going to be very calculated with the way that you plan out your trades. Okay, and so this is just one trade. And then what my cousin and I did, I don't think he's on his call, he's with his family right now, but so crazy. We took this trade from the harmonic scanner. I don't have the pitchfork up right now, but it was from, forget if it was from Trader's Way or not. I think it was from the hour. Okay, yeah, it was from this trade. And this didn't even go very far. I put this in on Friday, and I told myself I wasn't going to trade again. But I put in a very, very small lot size than what I would normally do. And we actually got in a couple times. The first time I got in, it actually broke, it went down, and then I put my stop loss at break even, and it hit my break even. And then what happened was I was able to get in again because it retested. Okay, this is a 1 to 8. Obviously, it didn't go down. I pulled out before Friday ended. But we got in the trade literally at the 88.8. Okay, if you guys know what Fibonacci is. Okay, and this sucker went like 45 pips, and that's 2 trades that I entered. So if you just think about it, every trade I do is 2%. I don't even know the math on this, but you guys get my point. Is what I'm trying to share with you is there's money to be made. You need to give yourself the time to make it. You need to give yourself the development, the time under tension, the reps. You go in to work out and your goal is to lose 20 pounds. Do you expect to lose 20 pounds overnight? No. Maybe you lose a pound or two that week, okay? If you are extremely overweight and you need to lose 100, 200 pounds, your process is going to be longer than somebody that just is coming in here to gain muscle. That's the analogy with trading. Is somebody could come in here with a different mindset. Maybe they're used to making money. Maybe they have a different risk management tolerance, okay? Maybe a different risk tolerance. Their journey is going to be different than yours. I hope this is making sense. What questions do we have from just what we shared? What do you guys have questions on about the harmonic scanner that you would like to get an in-depth answer to or clarity on? If no questions, it's all good. When do we not take a trade? If you've got to decide that, based on your risk that you set up for yourself for the week, like if for me, if I lose more than 4% for the week, I'm done. I'm not trading anymore. Or if you don't do what I did last week, but if you hit your weekly target, don't trade again. I had exceeded my weekly target by so much that I was okay with, another 2% risk off of my 36% that I made. I was okay with that. So you guys know what I'm talking about. So you have to set your rules. You've got to get so mechanical about what you're doing in the markets. It's like you have a plan for when you go into the gym. I'm going to do this many reps, this many sets of this exercise, and that's it. I'm not going to be emotional about it. I'm just going to do it. Same thing with trading. You have your rules that you follow, and you trade with what you see, not with what you feel. And you just follow them, okay? And then you guys go in and you find an educator that you like. I know Manny just did a market mastery class on Go Live just an hour and a half ago. You guys could watch his session and get an idea if you want to watch him. Chance and Sam, incredible traders for the harmonic scanner, okay? Somebody on, the basics. Mike Miles is incredible for mentality and setting the right expectation. If you feel like you're rushing your process or you want to rush your process or you feel like you should be making money already, go watch Mike Miles. Honestly, any of the educators, but Mike Miles gives it to you so straight, and he's very simple about his approach. And he just sets the right standard for what this really is. Okay, so I know we're itching. It's almost 40 minutes into this call, so I want to go ahead and do the little giveaway that I'm excited about. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, yeah, the only other thing I was just going to say is next week, before I forget, Josh Gordon, where you at? He's going to be doing the Zoom to Success call and going to be going over the DeLorean, that strategy. And it's going to be cool because the giveaway today is actually how you qualify for this giveaway is we're going to do this periodically throughout the month. Every Sunday call, we'll have the opportunity to do it. We may not do it every call. It's going to be random, so we won't know. So maybe next week, yeah, maybe not. So that's why we want to encourage people to jump on the call, because obviously you should be here. There's so much value that's being given, and this isn't my value. Like, I'm pulling this for my mentors, and I'm just the messenger. I'm just giving you guys the information. But this is so powerful because it brings people together and it gives you guys a different perspective. That's all life is your perspective. We're all human beings just experiencing life in a different way through a different lens. And so if I can give you a new perspective, or Josh can give you a new perspective next week, or whoever it is that can enhance and make your life better by giving you a different perspective, that's what this is about. I heard from a book that I was reading that you're never stuck. You just need a different view. You just need a different angle on the way that you approach whatever it is, okay? And so how we're going to do this today, we're going to do like a little spinny thing, And I got to see who's on this call. So if you guys could tell me. So essentially the winner, you've got to be active, guys. You've got to be active, and you've got to be on this call. Okay? Got to be active, got to be on this call to be eligible. Can somebody unmute themselves while I type in everybody's name? Just give me everybody's name and I'll type it in.
All right, there's Arnold. There's Rachel.
Got it?
There's Alex.
Got it?
Joshua Gordon. Anthony Thompson. And Naya. And then there's a guy named Tony Penny on this call too.
Who is that guy?
All right. All right, let me share my screen. I probably could have done it myself. I just figured that out, but thank you. All right, y'all can see this? I was trying to find the one that Mike uses, but I, for whatever reason, I couldn't find it. So how this works, y'all, I'm going to press the spin thing, and we're going to see who wins. And whoever wins, we're going to do this. We'll see how it evolves, and see what we can do. But whoever wins, I'm going to Venmo you or Cash App, whatever you guys have. Basically, whatever. If you already have the Elite Pack, I'm going to buy you a book, okay? But if you do not have the Elite Pack and you're just on the F4X Academy, I'm going to send you whatever the amount is. I think it's like $22 for an add-on that you can try out for the month. So maybe it's DeLorean, maybe it's Steady, maybe it's Pivots, maybe it's Bounce Back. I don't know. You can choose that and you can mess around with it. Okay. So this is something that we're going to start off with. I'm excited about it because Steady's cool. DeLorean's cool. I've heard. We'll see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to press spin. Got a drum roll. Anybody got a drum roll? No? I'm being silly. All right. Let's just do this.
That was
Oh,
Joshua Gordon.
Joshy Josh. Is he on his call? You in the building?
Why do I just picture Josh with the big old smile? Like whatever he's doing right now. He could be at work talking to people with just big old smile on his face.
Somebody literally just left the call. All right, Josh, you won. I'll just send you a text. You send me a text. Appreciate you guys. That is it this evening. As usual, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the call with Mike Sotero. Check out the chat for those details. And then all this week, if you guys want to get a free membership, build a residual income, whatever it may be, we have Zoom overviews happening all week long for you guys to tune in your guests. So appreciate you guys. Go out and crush your week. And I'll talk to y'all later.